The Florida Gators should pursue Stefan Vaaks in the transfer portal.
You are Locked On Gators, your daily podcast on the Florida Gators. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hello, welcome back to Locked On Gators. I am Brandon Olson, and the Florida Gators will probably be pretty dang active in the transfer portal. Maybe not a ton of names, but they're going to have to make some moves, obviously, after this disappointment to the end of the season, specifically, obviously, around a 32 exit against Iowa. And Stefan Vaaks is someone that can help them. All right, Stefan Vaaks is a freshman from Providence. He is currently ranked on On3 as the 6th best player in the transfer portal right now. And I will also say this. Yes, he's a freshman. No, he is not someone that I expect to have 3 more years in college. That is not one of those like, oh, he's just so undeniably incredible. He's going to go to the league. It's that he's a 20-year-old freshman because he's from Estonia. And so you don't want to be 24 when you're going to the NBA draft. That's really behind the 8 ball there. You don't want to be in that spot. So Stefan Vaaks is someone that I do think you could still get for a year or 2. I think that after Providence had a rough year where they went 15-18, that he probably went, all right, well, if I'm going to be like playing college basketball, I'm not going to be losing college basketball. I want to be on a good team, a team that will surround me with talent. And, well, Florida could be that team for Stefan Vaaks. He is 6'7", 212 pounds. And I think he's someone that you can look to and kind of say, all right, like you can come in and be a wing for us that obviously helps right away. But you could be a wing for us that actually contributes consistently. You can handle a bit. You're, I think, better defensively than people give him credit for. But also he's just a very versatile player, right? He can handle, he can pass, he can score. I don't think he's a great defender, but I think he's a better defender than people give him credit for. I would need to see him attack the glass more. He's not a very active rebounder, let alone productive one at that. But I think that when you're saying, hey, we've got a bunch of guards back, we need someone with at least decent size that isn't going to be a primary ball handler, but can be an effective scorer for us. I think you look at Stefan Vaaks and it's like, all right, well, you can be that guy for us. Not a big time scorer from 2 at all. Way more 3s this year than 2s. He shot 122s, shot 263s. He shot 112 free throws. You can combine his 2s and free throws and still more 3-point attempts this year. Now imagine that with a team that has other shooters. And imagine that with an offense like Todd Golden, this is going to say, hey, if you're a great shooter, I want you to shoot a lot. Because, by the way, he's not just a volume shooter, right? He's got his 3-pointers attempts with 260 of them, which was the most on Providence in 2025 to 2026. And 260 attempts would be about 65 more than anybody on Florida had, because Xavier Lee was your leader from 3 with 195. And so Stefan Vaaks has more volume while also shooting 35%. He's someone that comes in right away, can be a maybe 3, maybe a slightly smaller 4, and can contribute again. And like the thing that holds me back, not the active rebounding is rather. I'm like, all right, you got to be a 3-and-D wing, which I'm good with. Like having a 6'7" player there with, I think Isaiah Brown is a potential starter at shooting guard, or CJ Ingram. That gives you way more length than you already had in the backcourt. Front court is still something that you're going to have to figure out. But Stefan Vaaks is someone that makes everything easier for your team because he can do this thing called shoot that nobody else on Florida's team could really do in this 2025 to 2026 season. And so Florida, if you're listening, which you're not, but if you are, I think Stefan Vaaks is someone that they need to go after and really pursue in the portal, which again, this is going to be big spending. Like this is not going to be someone that's going to come in and come in for peanuts. Like this is going to be you being competitive and spending a lot, which Florida can do. I do think that there's an interesting possibility where maybe they aren't going to try spending big in the portal. We'll talk about it when we get back with Locked On Gators. Way Day is here, and if you've been thinking about upgrading your space, this is the time to do it. We're talking about some of the best deals of the year on furniture, decor, outdoor essentials, everything you need to refresh your home. During Way Day, Wayfair is offering up to 80% off with fast and free shipping on everything, making it easy to find pieces that fit your style and, most importantly, at least for me, your budget. All right, super easy to filter by size, style, price, so you're not just wasting time scrolling. Wayday is the sale to shop the best deals in home. We're talking up to 80% off with fast and free shipping on everything. Head to wayfair.com April 25th through the 27th to shop Wayday. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. It's tax time, but for a lot of us, the old way of doing taxes is a lot. Trying to book an appointment that's not the most convenient, sitting in a waiting room with a stack of papers, emailing back and forth and wondering if they really get your situation. But this year, you're getting a major upgrade. Intuit TurboTax now has in-person locations nationwide. You can meet face-to-face with a real tax expert, and your documents get uploaded straight to your TurboTax app on the spot. Just like that, you're done. Your TurboTax expert works to get you every dollar you deserve while you get real-time notifications as you go about your day. It's the relief of walking in and meeting a real person and walking out knowing your taxes are being handled right. Head to turbotax.com/local to find a store near you and book your appointment. Thanks again for making Locked On Gators your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free with the podcast and on YouTube. As always, I am Brandon Olson, and the Florida Gators might not need to be super heavy spending in the portal, right? And then this is just me spitballing a theory that I do want to throw out there, because every time that I put up one of these transfer portal videos, like Stefan Vaaks, who I think is a tremendous player, you should honestly go after no matter what. Every time I do it, we get these or when a player announced they're coming back, we get these comments that are, well, what if you get Ruben Chinyelu, Alex Condon, and Thomas Haugh back? I've been, I think, pretty open that I think the most likely player you get back is Ruben Chinyelu, just because he doesn't present much of an offensive game. He doesn't bring that to an NBA team. So he's not someone that you really look at and you go, all right, well, you got this. We can do, like, no, he can pick and roll and go for putbacks. And that's pretty much it. He doesn't have a refined post game. He worked on the free throw jumper, but didn't shoot it enough, and frankly needs to continue shooting it. He could, well, how do I put this? He could handle passing better, right? Because like he does do this thing where if you play 2K rackets, like I got the offensive rebound, I got to go up with it. Not always how it works, right? There have been quite a few times where, especially when he's having a dominant performance, where he'll get the rebound and there'll be two people around him, and he still tries to go up with it. And it's like you can get 3 points maybe. And so he has work to do. He's the most likely one. NBA teams are not going to draft him high. They're not going to spend money on him. You could probably get paid more in college, and I'd be very happy with that. I think he's a dude. Okay. Alex Condon is going to be interesting because he's a skilled big, but he did not shoot this year and did not shoot well when he did shoot. And teams are going to say, all right, so you can't shoot, which is a fair assumption to make. Frankly, if you're not shooting a lot and when you do shoot, it's not going well for you, they're going to say you can't shoot. Even if they saw you shoot in the past, they're going to say you can't shoot anymore. So not sure what's going to go on there. Turnovers in abundance, but he's still, when he's on, is great. Right. And Thomas Haugh, who, I mean, he's Mr. Do-It-All for Florida this year, right? He showed up from three basically only when he was needed. And by that, I don't mean like in every game going, hey, we need you. I just mean clutch threes. He was kind of the guy this year. Wasn't awesome, but he was kind of the guy that Florida relied on. But all three of them are in one very unfortunate circumstance, or have one very unfortunate circumstance surrounding them right now. And that is that this year's NBA draft class is, I don't know if it's actually historically young, but I'm going to say it's historically young because just about every mock you look at is, hey, freshman. Like the lottery is littered with freshmen. Right, like I just opened a Tankathon mock, which is AJ Debanza, freshman. Darren Peterson, freshman. Cameron Boozer, freshman. Caleb Wilson, freshman. Kingston Flemings, freshman. Keaton Wagler, freshman. I've never even heard of that dude. That's not true, but you get the point. Nate Ament, freshman. Darius Acuff, freshman. Braden Burries, freshman. Michael Brown Jr., freshman. You have to get to pick 11 to get someone that isn't a freshman, and it's a sophomore in LeBaron Philon. Then you have a 19-year-old international player. Your first senior is Yaxel Lendeborg, which I don't think is actually going to happen at pick 13 to the Heat anyway. But do you see how hard it is to get some of these guys past freshmen just because you have the years of development ahead of them? I mean, it's pushing guys like Thomas Haugh, who we were talking about as, honestly, quality-wise, he's a very, very good player. That I think in a lot of classes, you can make the argument that, hey, even in this class, you can make the argument that, hey, he should be a lottery player. Here, there's a bunch of places that project him in the 20s, mid-late. I saw a mock where he'd go to the Knicks, and like, look, I'm a Knicks fan. I would love to have Thomas Haugh. He should be gone well before that. So I think you could see the argument of, well, if I have another year of development, yes, I will be a year older. But if I'm better, specifically with all of them, if I'm a better scorer, that might offset the year that I had. Like that might offset the year older I am because I'm a significantly better player. And so I'm not saying, oh, Florida's going to get all three back. But I am going to say that maybe, just maybe, Florida has a better chance of getting at least one or two of these guys back for next season than we maybe expected. And if they are welcome back, which they should be, maybe you don't spend as much in the portal so that you can spend to retain them if they come back. Thanks for being Locked On Gators, your first listen of the day every day. We are available daily and free with this podcast and on YouTube. For Locked On Gators, I'm Brandon Olson. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at WNS_Brandon. Find all of my written work about the Florida Gators with Swamp Signal at Substack.com. I'll see you all next time.